Hey guys, welcome to the workshop. So in today's video, I'm actually going to walk you through how to make these really simple cornhole games. So stick around. So I'm not going to make this in the standard regulation style. Everything's going to be just a little bit thinned down just because the price of everything is still quite high. So instead of using 1/2-inch plywood for the top, we're going to use 1/4-inch plywood. And instead of 2x4s for the sides, we're going to use 2x3s. And honestly, I think that's all you really need to make a good usable game for your yard. So to begin, you're going to want to gather some materials. You're going to need 4 4-inch, 3/8-inch carriage bolts. You're going to need 8 3/8-inch nuts, 4 3/8-inch washers, and then also you're going to need 4 2x3 boards that are 8 foot long, and also 2 sheets of 2 foot by 4 foot 1/4-inch plywood. What you're going to want to cut first are 4 4-foot lengths of 2x3s, 4 21-inch lengths of the 2x3s, and then 4 11 3/4-inch lengths of the 2x3s. All of these will be listed in the description below. So to attach these, we're going to use 2.5-inch star deck bit screws because these are good for outdoor use. Alright, so let's set the 12-inch ones aside for now. We're also going to set 2 of each aside because this is enough to make 2 different boards. And quite simply, all we're going to do is stand these up on end. And these are going to be the full length, so the shorter boards are going to set on the inside, not on the outside. And all we're going to do is countersink each end and then put a screw into each one, and then we'll attach the top using pretty much the same screws. Alright, so now we look at our legs here. Now, this is going to be the pivot point, and you're going to need this to be rounded. So, being that we're using 2x3s, you can take a spray paint can, kind of hug it up to the edge, and just give it a trace. And then we're going to cut that little part off with the jigsaw, or in my case, I'm going to use my bandsaw. If that's something you have available, that'll make much quicker use. Then you're going to want to measure down 1.25 inches and 1.25 inches. Basically, that's finding center of that pivot point. Then with our 3/8-inch drill bit, put the center of it right there and drill straight through. So before we cut these, we're going to want to mark this on our corn board hole, and I'm going to show you a really quick, easy way to do that. You're going to want to take your cornhole game up, stand it up like that, and then take your legs and lay that nice and square in that corner. Take the same drill with the drill bit, stick it in there. Just go enough to where you actually start putting a hole in the other board, and then we'll move it, drill through, do the same thing on the other side. Alright, we're going to take this and stand it up so that the holes are on these ends. take the carriage bolt, push it through, take a rubber mallet. Since that carriage bolt has a square end to it, when you hit it in, it's going to keep it from wanting to spin on you. And then take your leg. Okay, and before we do any more, just want to see how this works. Works pretty good. That rounded part doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't need to be sanded, as long as it opens and closes. Then we're going to take our washer, take a nut, tighten it down. You want to tighten it down till there's no gap here and the carriage bolt is nice and flush on the outside. Okay, give it another check here. That's good. What I like to do to keep that nut from getting loose over time, you just take another nut and then tighten it against the other one. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so now for the most important part, the hole. So to find this hole, we want to measure down 9 inches, make a mark, and then the center of this, 12 inches, make another mark. That is going to be the center point. We're going to want to make a 6-inch hole, so with using the compass, you're going to put the center point there and go round. You need to cut it in half. So we're going to put another mark here at the 9. Now I'm going to put a mark here at the 8 as well, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So set the pointer of the compass dead in the middle, and we'll set this to the first line and make the circle. That is our 6-inch circle. Now what I'm going to do later on when we paint this, I'm going to put a 1-inch line around this. So to make that easier, what I've done is use that line, make another mark, and then that way later on I'll have a perfect place to paint a line, because once we cut this out, you'll have no way of making that perfect center. So then we're going to take the same drill bit that we drilled the legs with, go close to the edge and drill a hole. And then using the jigsaw, we're going to cut on that center line and cut it out. Okay guys, well thank you for watching this video. If you like this, please leave a thumbs up and leave me a comment on if you decided to make this yourself. As you can see, I haven't painted them yet. They're still being decided upon what color we want to paint them, but they are done. So they're ready to play cornhole and have lots of fun. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time in my workshop. First time.